Hello, my name is Implausibly Josh. This is Implausibly Average, and we are doing a actual play that I have an intro. You would have thought I had it up, but I didn't. So let me read it to you right now. In the year 1980X, spaceship crash lands in Kansas, carrying the alien child Kal-El. This one event changes the course of history in this universe. While some of the details in this universe may be the same as legends and tales you already may be familiar with, this is not exactly an Earth you're familiar with. This is Earth AP. Playing Worlds in Peril by Kyle Simmons. As editor-in-chief of the game, my agenda is the following. To portray a comic book world, fill the characters' lives with action and adventure, push the players to tell their stories too, and play to find out what happens. Last time on Earth AP, Calendar Man 2 and the Narrator helped out in Metropolis while Superman was away. As they thought back to their first encounter with Superman and why they wanted to help Metropolis while he was gone, Lexbots attack a Star Labs building. Calendar Man 2 and the Narrator defeat the Lexbots, then hold off Lex Luthor as Lobo, the main man himself, comes in to make a save at the last second. Continuing our adventure tonight, we have Eclipse.
Hi, I'm Eclipse. I'll be playing Calendar Man 2.
And we have Mom Bun.
Hey, I'm Mom Bun. I'm going to be playing Narrator, and I live in Josh's basement and eats all his barbecue.
It's true. I've seen it happen. Thank you for joining me, too. And thank you for your intro, Bun. As I mentioned, last time was very eventful. We had to deal with some robots, some people freaking out because Superman wasn't there. We had to deal with some rowdy eco jerks trying to like kick over trees and stuff. And then at the very end, we had to deal with Lex Luthor himself as Lobo made that save and helped y'all out. A save that was texted to you by as Calendar Man kind of put two and two together there. This was an alert, a something that you got from, or basically a help was on the way message that you got from Batman. So at the end of that adventure, Narrator was not in a. Oh, thank you, PJ, for the subbing. Appreciate it. As that adventure ended, Narrator and Calendar Man were both not in a great shape. But Lobo crashing down definitely like helped. Like that kind of got you to enough time to get out, and Lobo scooped y'all up and took you to a kind of have either of you two read or this is such a weird touchstone, but have any of you two read or seen Invincible?
No.
I have watched it.
Okay. You know that kind of like secret hospital they have for superheroes?
Yeah.
That's effectively there's a Star Labs version of that here. That was like maybe a block or two away from where all this happened, and y'all have been being taken care of in the meantime. So mechanically that means that y'all don't have to worry about conditions anymore.
I imagine Narrator's probably in like the intense care unit.
Oh, absolutely. We could only see Narrator's like head, I think.
Yeah, like I bet like Counterman's probably like in a normal hospital room, but like Narrator's probably just in intense care.
Yeah, definitely.
So I should remove all my conditions, right?
Yes, please. Both of you remove conditions, any conditions marked. And yeah, Calendar Man, you didn't have a lot in terms of you had like a moderate condition, which is not great, but not the worst thing you could get, obviously. And Narrator definitely has a worse situation going. Calendar Man, you were in and out basically. You know, they've seen the Lexbot ray gun thing, so they kind of knew what to do to to take away that numbness and kind of undo whatever that ray gun and that ray did to you. What are you up to now that that's kind of been taken care of? A narrator still getting treated, but you're out. You're not out, but you're like, they're done with you. What are you up to now?
I think right now Calendar Man is trying to think. I think Calendar Man is like sifting through a bunch of calendars, virtual and physical. He just has like a pile of them, and he's just like looking through them like very quickly.
Gotcha. Is this in the? Are you still in the hospital? Or are you?
Yeah, I think he's like sitting by Narrator's bedside, and just like he's got a pile of these across like 3 chairs, so no one else can really use them.
Perfect. Narrator, what's your room look like outside of the calendar spread out?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yes. Yeah. What's this hospital room like?
What was the intensive care room in like Invincible?
I think it was like, because there was like a couple different ones. The one that I think you see the most of is like, it looks kind of like a more high tech, like single patient room.
Yeah, it's probably something like that, very high tech but single patient.
Gotcha. Y'all have Narrator, are you awake right now, or are you just kind of chilling?
I'd say Narrator's like awake now.
What do you think of Calendar Man just spreading out those calendars?
Hey, Calendar Man?
Yeah.
You know what the existence of the hospital implies, right?
No, I don't.
It means I can just go buck wild. Like,
I don't know.
I could just go. Like, I can just go buck wild with my powers, and they'll just fix me up.
I don't know if that implies that, Narrator.
I think it does. Like, could you explain what all this tech does? Could you?
I mean, kinda. I think they're using some it's like nanotech, I think.
Yeah, like what even is nanotech? Is that just a buzzword?
No, it's like small stuff.
As
That's weird.
as y'all are having this discussion, you hear like a pretty big knock at the door. Like, hey, can I come in? And it's Lobo. I'm not doing a very good Lobo right now, but it's Lobo.
Yeah, come in.
Hey, y'all did a really good job out there. The Lobo puts his hands up for high fives, even though Narrator, I'm pretty sure you cannot put your hand up at this point.
I forced my hand up anyway.
That's okay.
Should I roll something?
No, don't. That's just funny.
The hand's like shaking, but it's up anyway.
Okay. Perfect. Lobo gives you a soft high five. High five is still offered to you, Calendar Man.
Yeah, Calendar Man will take the high five.
Yeah, I'm surprised you held out as long as you did with him, with Lex. That was incredible. Y'all, excuse me. Y'all ever looking to like form a team or something? You know, I'm around. And he kind of starts trailing off a little bit because I need water. It's a hard voice to do.
Are you okay? Do you have a cold?
No, me. Josh needs water, not Lobo.
Lobo needs water?
Yeah, exactly. He is kind of just like rambling. He's just like excited. He was like he's just got the sense that he was like very, very happy to help and be around. And he says, when I got the call from Batman, he told me what was going on. And, you know, I was just excited to help. Here to help.
I mean, I wouldn't object to you helping out. It's just you're not gonna like invite Aquaman or anything, right?
I'm not on speaking terms with Aquaman. I don't think we've ever met. He like kind of like looks off into the distance, like thinking really hard.
Yeah, okay, because I don't ever think we'll need like a person who talks to fish.
Yeah, you never know. Adventures are weird. Sometimes you need people. Speaking of, Lobo brings out a phone, and it looks like y'all's league phones that you got. And he presses a couple buttons. And he's like, I think someone wanted to talk to you about what happened. I'm not sure. I just got a text.
If it's Lex Luthor, do make sure to tell him he owes me like 30. He owes me like a few bucks for a new phone.
All right, I'll put in a word. When I beat him up next time, I'll make sure to say something.
Oh, I was thinking about taking it to like small claims court.
Listen,
Make it work.
the main man really likes to use his fist to solve his problems. Gotta say, small claims court not really where Lobo wants to be. He pushes a few more buttons on his phone as he's saying this. He's like slightly distracted. As this is happening, you see the lights in your room kind of go out. Not like out completely, but they do like turn off. There's still some light kind of pouring in from like windows and stuff.
Hey, Calibran, can you close the curtains on those windows?
Sure thing. And Lobo closes the curtains. As the curtains close on the entirety of like, it's not like pitch black, but it's like you can't make out details in your room anymore. You see the two white eyes appear like in a corner, about at like Lobo's shoulder, like that height, in a corner opposite where everyone isn't. And
Hey, you normal?
you hear through. Assume that my voice sounds electronic. I couldn't get voice mod working or before a stream.
I mean, they're literally sitting on a corner after our lights went out. I don't think they're normal.
Of course I'm normal. You should recognize me. Of course you recognize me. And then the chest piece lights up, and it's a bat.
Oh, hey, shit, Batman. Hey.
Cool.
I don't think we've been. Oh, I'm not gonna keep doing the talking through my hands, but Batman's voice comes through a helmet, and so it's like kind of like digitally scrambled a little bit, but his cadence is very like, if you've ever met Batman and talked to Batman, it's a very familiar cadence. And so Batman says, I don't think we've formally met, Narrator. My name is they call me Batman.
He's like some small town hero.
Something like that, yeah. He kind of laughs a little bit as he says that. You see the eyes kind of point towards Calendar Man, and says, you did real good out there. I didn't know that you could do the illusion stuff, and like your dad.
Yeah, I kind of knew, but I didn't know I could do it like that.
Ah, I see. That would make sense. If you didn't know, I wouldn't know. He looks back at Narrator and says, Narrator, you risked a lot to make sure that everything that you held down the fort. You risked a lot to make sure that people weren't hurt. and that's extremely commendable. You did an amazing job.
Just trying to do what I do.
You see like the helmet kind of nod. Batman then says, "We have a problem, and I think you two could help out. You don't have to, but we could use as many hands as possible."
I got 2.
I think Batman chuckles a little, and it sounds kind of strange because it's getting jarbled.
You got a clone, Batman?
Just the helmet makes me sound funny sometimes. We don't know where Superman is. As we heard from him, he was investigating something. The details were sparse. And that was it. We sent out the text to everybody who has been contacted by the League, say that, hey, Metropolis could use the extra hands, but we haven't heard from him since, and he is over communicative sometimes. So we're not 100% sure what's going on.
I guess narrative question, is the Fortress of Solitude known about?
Excuse me, you might know about it. Like you might come up with a reason why you might know about it, but everything in that little page that I gave y'all about what's the universe up to as of the moment of this game, that's what everyone knows. And then
okay.
the Calendar Man 2 knows a little bit more about Batman than you, but yeah, no one knows if he's got a fortress. It's not common knowledge stuff.
Yeah, I guess the main thing is Harry, Narrator just started being a superhero a few months ago or a few weeks ago. So even the thing with me playing a joke about them not knowing Batman, it was supposed to be funny, but also I kind of really like the idea that there's just not that stooped in with cute superhero stuff.
Well, also Batman is mostly an urban legend.
Yeah.
You know how most Batman media is oh, it's kind of an urban legend, but then you see a lot of Batman. Seeing Batman is extremely rare, and people don't talk about it that much.
Yeah,
people don't even know if he's part of the League until this moment.
Yeah, I guess what I'd say my character is actual superhero, actual knowledge is not a superhero fan, but a glance at Wikipedia articles knowledge.
Gotcha. Yeah, a Fortress of Solitude would not be in Superman's wiki. I don't think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So you haven't checked the moon?
I think Batman laughs again. It's we put out some feelers. We don't know where he is. We've checked the places he normally would be. We've shaken down some of his bigger enemies. Obviously, y'all ran into Lex Luthor. And again, this is between us. I'm letting you in on this from amazing show you made back there. This is not a lot of knowledge. Everyone on the League knows, and then you two, Lobo here knows. Lobo goes, hey. And Batman says, but Lex didn't know. We didn't tell him, but Lex doesn't know.
What's the chance that he probably is dead?
There's a silence. Batman doesn't say anything for a couple beats, and is
and while the science is happening there, it just makes it even more awkward by going he's an alien. We can't really fully know his behavior, right? What if he's what if he's a cat? He's dying of old age, so he went to hide.
I know he's not dead. I can't explain how I know, but I know.
I have a thought.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will help, but there's a way that at least I can think of starting to look for someone. There's a city underneath Metropolis that doesn't have any days. It's made of calendar pages.
Batman
There
looks.
might be some trace there of him.
Batman looks at you and nods and says, "We could use a set of eyes there if you know how to get there."
Yeah, I care about Metropolis, but I care more about that place.
I understand. Do you? Batman chooses his words carefully, not like in a. Yeah, Batman chooses his words carefully and says, "Is it in danger?"
No, but I'm worried about opening up the door to anyone else, I guess.
Batman nods and says, "Do whatever you think is smart. I trust you."
Yeah. Do you think this is fulfilling the start of New Drive? Because, like, it's the you build, discover, occupy a new location worth fighting for?
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense to me.
Cool.
Batman looks over at Lobo and says, "You are going to help them however you can." Lobo kind of does like a little fist pump. He's like, "Yeah, giving me a mission now." And kind of like is not really been paying attention. He's just kind of been like a little spacey this whole time.
Here's a controversial take here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are. If we put a mask on Lobo and like gave him some rocket boots, we could probably pass him off as Superman.
Lobo kind of tilts his head as like, I'm just wearing the S in show of support. Like I don't want to take the guy's place. I mean, come on, can't take the big guy's place.
Yeah,
I'm the main man, not the big guy.
Lobo's dying.
What were you gonna say, narrator? Sorry.
But yeah, that's like what gave me the idea. Is you were in the S, like he just like wore a mask everywhere and like do some rocket boot. Like you could pass off as Superman.
Skin is gray. I don't know if you noticed this, but I don't really have the build.
So you got alien cold.
I'd have to shave, I think. That's not. Listen, if you don't listen, this is an offer. Batman here is just saying you can use my help, right? And he like looks at Batman, and Batman doesn't say anything. Batman doesn't even like make a move. Just is still staring, like kind of the eyes are still looking, at Calendar Man and Narrator.
Yeah, I don't really want Lobo dressed as Superman. I think it would be cool to have Lobo on the team.
Yeah, Lobo would be cool on the team.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on the team. You hear that, bats? Batman looks at y'all and says, "All right, what can I do to help outside of providing Lobo?"
Probably get two things. One, I'm gonna need severe insurance. Second thing, you're probably gonna need severe insurance for like the entire city.
We've got stuff like that covered. We've got people who can help rebuild and keep places safe.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if Lobo, but I can tell from his vibes, he's gonna feed badly into some of my bad behaviors, and And it's gonna be a bit messy.
Batman looks over at Lobo. Be on your best behavior.
No,
Lobo's
I
like,
think-
he like shrugs and like kind of like does a little spin or like something, like kind of like looks over at a different corner or something. Like you're just kind of like, whatever.
Like, don't be surprised if we knock down an entire building.
Well, I think that seems to be up to Calendar Man knocking down buildings. That man looks back at Calendar Man too.
Come on, Calendar Man.
If it's scheduled, then sure. But, you got to put that stuff in 2 weeks in advance.
I want to cause a crater.
Okay, if we're talking about craters, that's 4 weeks.
Batman looks to Calendar Man 2 again, and it's asks, do you need help with your city?
No, not for now. But I do worry that I think we have to use it. But I think once we open that door to anyone but me, I think it might need help.
Batman nods and says, I think we have some people who can help.
Batman, genuine question this time. Can I have, I guess, general access to some contacts in the league, just in case?
You get, name your person and I'll put it in your phone. That's what Batman says to you.
Oh shoot. What are some prominent heroes in the Justice League?
We've got that page. That's all the heroes that people know are in the league. So that would be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, The Flash, Cyborg, and Green Lantern.
You know, Martian Manhunter.
Batman nods, and you feel your phone buzz, and it's got a new contact, a direct line to the Martian Man. This is your league phone, by the way.
Hell yeah. And Lobo. Narrator points to Lobo.
Lobo puts his Lobo like is like, hey, and like waves his league phone and then presses a couple buttons and you have contact with Lobo.
Oh no, I meant Lobo. I had a question for you.
Oh,
or statement.
Lobo misunderstood. Go on.
Me and you are going to need to do like training sessions. Because for me.
Oh, all right. Well, I think we can figure something out. And Lobo like laughs. And
No, I'm serious.
Lobo still laughs, even as you're saying you're serious. Batman says like, Batman looks at all of you and says, thank you all for helping out with this situation. Like I mentioned, we could use all the help we can get, and we really liked, we saw what you were doing out there, and we've already trusted you enough with the phones and access to some league alerts, and we could really use your help. And before y'all can say anything, the entire room goes pitch black. The lights on Batman's helmet and chest piece disappear, and after like a beat or two, the lights all come back on, and Batman's no longer.
He's so cool.
Seems like a drama king to me.
A little bit. He's fun though.
It's just use the door, you know.
It's not as dramatic. He likes, his whole thing is being dramatic. He's got to scare the people in Gotham, I think, is the thing. I'm not 100% sure his deal.
My entire power base is based around being dramatic, I think, and I can be normal sometimes.
I think he wants to be spooky dramatic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Calendar Man.
Yes.
What do we have to do to get to this door, to get to start looking around in this calendar town?
Well, I think explicitly it has to not be a power that Calendar Man has. I think it has to be like there's just a way that you get here.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea that it's well, I guess what happened that caused it last time? It was being open about the past, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's that same place. So it's when your power went off. You're not sure which one.
Yeah, it's one of them powers. So
well, it's either like a wizard inherited power or a calendar man thing, a calendar man original.
yeah, I think if we're like out of character knowing what it is, I think it's reflective of perfect knowledge of the past.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically when that knowledge is given up, and like where Calendar Man is able to like fill in the details. So I think Calendar Man would ask Narrator. So to get to the city without days, we need to I
Yeah.
need to like get into someone's past a bit. Are you okay with talking about that?
I mean, my past is pretty average, but you can try.
Yeah. Do you think there's a reason why you have the powers that you do?
It's very boring, but if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I do.
As you say this, some of the walls on the Narrator and Calendar Man 2 see this. I don't know if Lobo sees this yet. But some of the like paneling on the walls start turning to calendars, just a little bit. The calendar pages.
So Calendar Man, you've gone to school, right? Like looked at history.
Gone to school and looked at history? Yeah, I went to school.
Yeah, but like, have you ever like generally like sat down and looked at like recent history and tried to chronologically categorize all events? Like sat down, like do that.
Oh yeah, I mean I do that constantly.
Have you ever noticed like weird inconsistencies? Things just don't make sense.
I mean, not really. Kinda.
Because I did that. It was a few months just sifting at Wikipedia pages for like for a bit. It was not, it was very boring, like I said, but like I kept noticing the weird inconsistencies, I guess, and they kept popping out to me. And I guess just the fact I slowly started noticing that things started to become a bit more obvious to me.
Do you mind if I ask why you think you did that for so long?
I'm going to be honest. I'm a shitty college student, and I really did not want to do my final. I really did not.
A couple more things are turning into calendar pages, but not enough.
Why do you think you didn't want to do your final?
It's really stressful. Like, genuinely, like that is a lot of work. Sometimes it's just nice to step back and just do something else you want to do and not just do this giant stressful block of work. Just do your own thing. And I guess this wasn't that productive or anything like a final would be, but it was fun, even if it is a bit boring.
Yeah. Did you have those sorts of moments like when you were younger?
I guess so, yeah. A lot of things just seem very strange.
More. There's just more calendar pages. Like the floor is calendar now.
Yeah, a lot of things just very strange. Like I guess hmm, Calendar Man thinks very deeply here.
Narrator, right? He's a calendar man.
Not the character, yeah.
That's the narrator's using some powers.
Yeah.
Like the Justice League, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, it's kind of like simple and cut out what it is. Like it's very. I remember when I was a kid. I remember it being a lot different. Like the members of it being a lot different. And during my research, there was no mention of any of them at all.
What do you mean by that?
Uh, I guess there's some people there that just don't exist anymore. Like Captain. You know who this Captain Marvel person is? I don't know much about them, but I remember seeing their name a lot in the Justice League, and they're just not there anymore. And I can't see any mention of them at all.
I think they swapped over to Shazam.
I don't know actually. Maybe.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it. Go for it.
No, you go ahead. I was just saying. I was just trying to fill in what I was thinking what to say.
This whole room is almost all like calendar pages and paper and desk. One of those like desk. A clock on a wall has become one of those like rip off a day calendars. It's
Josh. I guess important question.
yes.
Is the Lobo in your universe still in Suicide Squad?
I don't know. We don't know. We can be if you want.
because I got something I really want to say here.
Sure, go
And
for it.
there are motions towards Lobo. Even here's another really weird thing. Lobo, I'm pretty sure I remember Lobo being Suicide Squad, and yet they aren't. They aren't.
Nope, I'm in the league, baby.
You've never been in the Suicide Squad, right?
Not that I remember. And I think I'd remember something like that. I don't even know if I've even heard of a Suicide Squad. He starts to kind of tap his fingers to his chin.
I keep seeing things like that constantly, all the time. Isn't that just strange, Calendar Man?
I think I know what you mean, but when I've seen stuff like that, but when I see it, it's both more contained and more infinite.
It just seems like the universe has so many inconsistencies that we just don't notice or care about.
Yeah.
Calendar Man, is this enough? Do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Cool. With that, this entire room is now made of calendars, and Lobo sees it suddenly. It kind of whooshes out. They all kind of stick into place with a breeze that comes from the two of you, and in that breeze, Lobo sees it as well. What happened exactly? Kind of looking around.
Oh wow, that actually worked. I thought since it was so boring, you'd have to ask Lobo about his past.
No.
Go ahead.
I think what we're looking at is the future and past in rotation, but I can't really tell for sure.
As this happens, calendar pages start filling in randomly. It's like days get marked on big calendars. Coming card of the wall.
Huh. Days.
You're just gonna walk right up to one of the calendars and take a very close look to it.
Sure. That sounds to me like you are where'd it go? Examining.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay. Roll plus investigate form.
That's a +1. How do I roll again?
Exclamation point, roll 2d6 plus 1. Whatever your numbers are.
That is a 7.
7. All right, you can ask let's see. You can ask one of any of the following questions. What happened here recently? What is about to happen? What danger should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or important? Who's really in control here? What here is not what it appears to be?
What here is not what it appears to be?
The calendar, the calendars, like the months, are not months you've ever heard of.
That ain't right. Oh, you got marker?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go on, calendar.
I didn't really have anything. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you. What do you do as you both see this? I'm gonna say that you both, just for comic book narrative purposes, you both see this. Calendar man, what do you do, seeing that these calendars don't look quite right?
I almost kind of feel like Calendar Man. I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like Calendar Man is like used to seeing other times.
Sure.
He's just like, oh, it's Maxuary again. Yeah.
Oh, I hate Maxuary.
It's Booster Gold Timber. All right.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I think as this happens, all are here. Narrator, your stuff you were in has kind of faded away into the ground. Everything has become calendars, right? Your the like bed thing kind of like put you upright on your feet as you were talking to Calendar Man, and it's kind of disappeared now. And then the door to outside of this hospital room has like opened up on its own.
Would you say there's like any windows in this hospital?
Yeah, there were. There was a window. There was a window from your room to the hospital hallway. There was a window from your room outside of the building.
And the windows, I'm guessing, is gone now?
They're windows still. They're just kind of like almost like a transparency paper, like for overhead projectors. And they just have like months and days written on them. Or not days, but they have months written on them. They have like some numbers here and there.
So I can't see outside.
No, you can. You can see through them. It's like transparent paper. It's just like there's like things written on like the margins, as if you like laid a bunch of like 8.5 by 11 papers, and that's what became of the wall. But they're all transparent papers, except with like headings that say like months that you've heard of and some that you haven't. But yes, you can see outside.
So, Calendar Man, what are we gonna do here again?
Josh, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of recontextualize a villain.
Sure.
What if the time trapper lives here? Not as like an evil being, but as a like weird, eerie attendant to this world.
Absolutely. Also, I just want to say as a I guess rule of thumb, bring up any DC character you want. The only ones that are like off limits are like the ones that I wrote about, right? Like the league members, and that was it basically. And obviously, like don't overwrite your don't overwrite your friends, don't overwrite your friends' characters. But like you can invent some things about Lobo. I'm just kind of playing him. You could do whatever. So feel free to introduce characters as you see fit.
I'm a bit of a disadvantage here because I'm not that into DC comics, of course.
Sure.
But I am curious.
I can always help out on that, by the way.
What was that one character you brought up? The weird Watcher guy?
Oh, the Monitor?
Yeah, the Monitor.
Yeah, the Monitor. Honestly, oh, go ahead.
Like you brought him up like yesterday, and that would be honestly a really interesting character to bring into this, considering what Narrator does.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely would be an interesting character to show up at any time, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to recontextualize literally any DC character outside of like the handful I've named. But even then, to some extent, you could probably do something with it. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think this place is worth protecting, partially because it is the home to the Time Trapper and their partner, Glorith, who's a white-haired sort of time daemon.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so Calendarman will say, well, I think we need to check in with the Time Trapper and Glorith before we really do anything in here.
Oh boy, can I get an autograph?
I don't know if they do those.
All right, Calendarman, feel free to lead the way then. Oh
yeah.
Since you know, do you? It seems like a move. I feel like I'm not sure.
Yeah. I would agree.
I'd say. It's not. Oh, I guess this is the best. The thing. Good at. Oh. I have a question for you. That's where I wanted to go with this. I was like, man, I had something. When was the last time, or have you ever met a Time Trapper before?
I think in the capacity that that Calendarman 2 uses this space, he tries to avoid the Time Trapper and Glorith as much as possible.
Okay.
I guess this is a good question to ask. Is the Timekeeper in this kind of like a bad person or no?
I like the idea that the Time Trapper maybe was bad, but like has been evened out by the vastness of the power that they not wield but are beneath.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's see. I think this seems like a gather intel, maybe.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I can try to do that. Maybe. What's the move?
It's just gather intel is the move. It would be rolling a bond, plus the bond. I guess you could both do it. Well, I guess it doesn't make sense necessarily for Narrator since Calendarman's the one bringing this up.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I can do a good.
So it would be roll plus your bond with the Time Trapper, which seems to be 0.
Yeah. Unless the Time Trapper is the past, but I don't know if that's true.
You know what? Is like the past as a concept?
Yeah, I've just the past as a bond.
Yeah, that's +2 then. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't have any bonds yet, so I have no idea what to put down.
Oh, you can put that down. So it's 6 bonds plus 2 for the 2 other players that you can put those with anybody. So you have the 2 options of Metropolis or with city and law enforcement, and then you can also just put them with whoever else you want.
So I got a 6. I think I'm gonna spend one of my bonds with Metropolis to push that up to a 7.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Is it alright if I make one of my bonds be with the narration?
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Calendar Man has one with the past, the concept of the past. So
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
I
go
put
for it.
out 3 bonds, I think.
I think that makes sense in like a comic, especially with your character, but also in general comic book stuff. I think that
Yeah.
makes sense.
3 bonds is how you put it down, right?
So you have a total of, so you have 6 plus 2, so you have 8 bonds.
Yes.
And so you can put those however, you can spread them out however. You could put all 8 of them somewhere. You could put 2 in a bunch and 4. You know, you could do whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I'll put 1 for like Lobo for like the training thing I said.
Sure. Yeah, so I think that's, yeah, you're calling in favors, relying on bonds. You're thinking back to the past. That makes sense. So you bump that up to a 7. Fortuitous method comes up dry. You must enlist the aid of another PC or choose a different method. I think, I mean, you get to decide. You choose the aid of a PC or choose a different method for 7 to 9.
Let me aid of the PC or different method.
Different methods are by shaking people down, roughing people up, or with direct force. By going places you shouldn't be, gaining access, or being stealthy. By doing research, gathering your thoughts, debate, or analysis. Or by using your charm, social grace, and social grace.
Yeah. Sorry, what is this move again? I just want to look at it with my
Sure,
own
it's
eyes.
gather intel.
Okay. I'm just not good at auditory processing sometimes.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
No
it's
worries.
fine. Yeah, it's no worries.
Here we go. Okay. I think it'll be cool to have PC assistance.
All right. Sure. I think you should check that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be honest here. If Counterman's asking for my help, I think it would be really funny if I did the maneuver one here and Narrator just fucking walk somewhere.
You wait. So you're saying that you just like walk to the place where time?
Yeah, like it says by going to places you shouldn't be, or by gaining access or being stealthy, roll plus maneuver.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is that okay with you? Okay with you, Eclipse?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Oh
That's
yeah.
my maneuver. My maneuver is like 0.
I don't think you actually have to do that. I think it's just you're just narrating how this happens.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So you don't have to roll. We've already bumped it up to the 7 to 9, and now we're just, so our first method was Calendar Man like knowing about and like having a bond with the past, and by extension Time Trapper, and then that didn't quite work out, so we're kind of narrating how Narrator puts the spin on that to help with this. I guess.
I think like,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So how I imagine this is going is like probably like Counterman's probably like guiding us to somewhere, like, right, Eclipse?
Yeah.
And like Counterman probably like stumbles onto like a dead end, and they're probably like pretty confused because that's not how it used to be, right? Or no, Eclipse?
Yeah, I think the city changes quite a bit.
Yeah, so they probably like stumble onto something they were familiar with, and they're probably like confused, and everybody like just shrugs and opens up a door, or just starts walking, and they accidentally bump into the area where Time Trapper is.
Oh damn. Time Trapper is, or Time Trapper was, or like a place that Time Trapper has been.
Ooh, I like the idea of was.
Okay. So we are now in this. So it's just a room. Is that what you're saying, Narrator?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go ahead and resolve this question. Go ahead. So our questions are, you can ask one and I will answer truthfully. Who can tell me what I want to know? Where can I find whatever? What are the rumors about whatever? Who is the most upset about whatever? Who stands the most to gain from? So Calendar Man, which of these would you like to ask?
Where can I find Time Trapper?
Awesome. Okay, so when you go into this room, it is where you, Calendar Man, you know, you've been avoiding Time Trapper while in the city without days, so you kind of know that there is a smell. It's like blood is not quite right, but like irony, just weird, earthy, and that smell is faded here, but it feels like it had smelled intensely like that previously. And there's a you mentioned that you carry like book calendars that have like pictures and stuff in them.
Yeah.
There's one on a table in this room that you've never seen before.
Ooh. Yeah, Calendar Man will pick it up.
Awesome. As you pick it up, sure, I'm like got everything organized here. As you pick it up, you feel the smell. You don't smell the smell, you feel the smell somehow. And you hear in your head, only you, Calendar Man. What do you want, Fisco Zard Day?
I think Calendar Man says, I was wondering if maybe you could help me figure out where Superman is, or if this is the case, when Superman is.
You hear silence, and you the smell, that earthy, like irony, almost bloody smell is a little bit more intense now. And why this information, Fisco Zard Day?
There's another version of the city, and a lot of people will get hurt if he's not back here. He protects that place.
I think the smell dissipates a little bit. It's and you hear, what is the price of this information?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Man, I gotta think about that.
The smell is getting more intense as you're thinking.
Yeah. This is hard. Let me look at my sheet.
Yeah.
Sure, no, it's okay.
Yeah. Ooh, I actually have a good one.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
The next time I have the chance to reboot, I will.
Okay. That is acceptable. And the calendar disappears from your hand. And another door opens up, but it's not a calendar door. It's not like made out of calendars.
Ooh.
Okay. I might as well just say this out loud because I was going to type up some thoughts in our chat, but I think like Time Trapper's crucial moment was when he the reason why he turned from evil to like what he is now is he realized that the mechanisms that he was using he was wielding against the Legion of Superheroes inevitably erased like everything that he did. Like there were no consequences to any of his actions, and that didn't make him more evil. It made him like realize that he had a chance to change, and also that there were powers far greater than him that were at work.
Mm-hmm. I like that a lot.
But yeah. So I guess question. So I guess
Yes.
we're gonna have to go through this door, right, to find out about Superman.
Sure. Why not?
I guess before we go, Nara's gonna like stick out their hand for like a handshake to Time Trapper.
No, Time Trapper's not there.
I thought we were talking to Time Trapper.
No, a Calendar Man's the only one that heard this.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was just a voice that happened as Calendar Man touched the book. Touch the calendar, rather.
Shame. I wanted to meet Time Trapper.
Who knows? Maybe you will. So as this new door appears, the doors and hallways that got you here have kind of disappeared. You're just in this room, and there is that door. What do you do?
Hey, Calendar Man.
Yeah.
I guess a question about this Time Trapper foe. Is he the type of guy to like tell you the exact date and time of your death?
No, I don't. Honestly, that'd probably be me. But
Oh shoot! What is it?
oh, I mean, it's a hard power to use, and I don't use it willy nilly.
Man, I'm looking forward to meeting someone one day that's like that.
Yeah. No, Time Trapper's more of a he likes to mess with it, I think. Time.
Yeah, that's fine. So, I guess there's that weird door over there while you were touching that book.
Yeah. You want to check it out?
Yeah, sure. So,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, while Narrator is like walking to this door, he's probably gonna like make small talk and go, so like, I guess how likely is it? How many like super villains are out there that tell you the exact date and time of your death?
That's a good question.
Gotta like put like a schedule in to meet one of them.
As y'all open the door, you see you do see Time Trapper on, just not sitting in like a throne necessarily, but like in like a weird like in like a giant like chair made of stone, basically. And Time Trapper is a figure in is like a large like too large to be human almost. And Time Trapper is there in like purple robes. You can kind of make out like the whites of eyes from behind the robes, and the space you're in feels both endless and claustrophobic. You can't see walls from where you are. And the door behind you is there as you walk through it, but it's not leading anywhere anymore.
Oh shit, are we at the end of the time?
No, we can still do a couple more if you'd like.
No, I mean the end of time.
Oh, are we?
I mean, that is in normal DC where the Time Trapper lives.
Mm-hmm. Is that a thing you'd like to examine?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
Cool if they're literally in time, yeah.
roll it plus investigate for me.
Cool. I love me. It makes sense that you would think I was talking about the actual game, but
I
it's very funny. 8.
8. Hell yeah. So on a 7-9, ask 1, what happened here recently? What is about to happen? What danger should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or important? Who's really in control here? What here is not what it appears to be?
I guess the best question to figure that out would be what is about to happen.
Okay. What is about to happen is that the way that Timekeeper gives you information is he does have to take you to the end of time. When you're here, things are locked for it's but a brief moment outside of the end of time. When you're here, things just lock, if that makes sense. You think of like a time stop power, but you have to go to this place for it to happen. So events have stopped happening outside of here, and you, Calendar Man, are going to need to not pay the price, but because like events can't happen here, if that makes sense. Information can be exchanged, but events can't happen here. So you basically, a contract has to be written up.
Can I say something very like powerful here that we could say here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything said about time that is said with certain means it's basically sealed. Like if you say something's going to happen in the past during this point of time where we are, it has to happen.
Or it already has.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I think
like if it's said here and it's mentioned here or acknowledged here, it's like sealed. It cannot be changed.
Yeah. Time Trapper, you see the eyes look towards Calendar Man, and the hand raises and just points at you.
Hey, Calendar Man, you mean to do some chutzpah here?
No, I don't know if... I think keeping it simple is best.
I mean, I could go up and shake his hand.
Time Trapper does then, when you say that, Time Trapper does put their hand out.
Oh, fuck. I did not think he would actually do that. Calendar Man, what should I do?
I think I'm supposed to shake on it. Calendar Man will shake on it.
You shake. The hand is like way bigger than yours. It's a very like awkward shake, but at the same time it feels like comforting. Like someone trusts in you. Time Trapper puts their hand back on the armrest of this like stone thing, this stone chair, and then you feel the ground not shake and not like really rumble, but you feel something shift a little bit, and Time Trapper says just out loud, you will find your answer. And the stone seat that they were in kind of slowly goes back into that like darkness, is kind of all around, and as like it leaves your vision, another door appears, and this is a door made of ice.
Oh.
Well, narrator Lobo, you ready to get back to time?
I guess important question, Josh. Did
Mhm.
did the timekeeper leave? Timekeeper leave?
I don't know. You can't see Time Trapper at this point, but I mean, I think Time Trapper is, not to be a little cheesy, but all around you at this point.
Yeah, Narrator's probably gonna like look around a bit disappointed, like shrug and like kick up some dust and go, I wanted to offer him like a favor or something, but if he's gonna leave early, I guess I'm not gonna give him anything.
Narrator, I think you should check your pocket.
Okay, I check my pocket.
You have a little autograph. It doesn't make sense though, because it's not like written in any language you know. But you do see what looks like a little clock at the bottom right corner.
God, hell yeah.
All right. Do you all walk through this icy door?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's walk through it.
All right. How are we on time? Not in the real world.
I can hang.
I can hang as well.
Okay, I say like 15 more minutes. We'll just kind of quietly get to a cool place, and then that'll be our cliffhanger. Sound cool?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. You walk through the door, all three of you, and it shuts behind you, and it's as if it was never there. But you see this building of like just made out of like icicles, almost like out of ice, and you see just a whole bunch of weird trinkets just hanging out. There's a city in a bottle. There's a bunch of like weird alien creatures. You see like a weird actually, yeah, you see a what looks like a not quite starfish, but like a almost like 5 different rows like stems kind of wrapped around a dummy. That makes sense. But that looks kind of like gross and maybe is like seeping some weird like flower liquid. I'm looking up a couple more things. And Lobo says, I think this is Superman's place.
Nero like walks up to the dummy and like kicks it softly and says, I think he's dead, Jim.
You just see a bunch of like weird things, and you are in Superman's Fortress of Solitude.
Huh.
Yeah. Second as I look something up real quick. A little robot comes up, a little like flies up to you. You're like, when you walked in, it was like a hallway, almost like a museum, the area you're in. And you see this like little robot come flying towards you, and it's got Superman's S on it. It's like a torso with like kind of some skinny arms, and that's it. And it kind of flies up to you, and it says, Calendar Man, Narrator, Lobo, y'all made it.
Hey, we sure did.
What are you?
Hey, I'm Superman built me. I'm one of Superman's little helper bots that he has around here. Just when things get a little too hectic for him.
Superman can do that too, huh?
Superman's got a lot of abilities. It's kind of weird. Anyways,
I think he should share some.
He's a tech guy. I always got the impression he was a bit of a
Jock.
Yeah, like a jock.
Yeah.
he had help with this one, but you know, his heart is in the right place, as they say.
Yeah.
He could use some help. I think. We haven't heard from him, but the last time we saw him was here.
I point to the roast dummy. Is that him?
Not quite. Trying to remember the name of that thing. Oh yeah, that's the Black Mercy. Don't touch that.
I did touch it.
You kicked the dummy. Unless you want to, me not being the robot, unless you want to touch it.
So don't touch it.
No,
Okay.
it's up to you, narrator. Did you touch it or did you not?
I'd say like narrator did kick it before like the robot came up.
All right, I think if you kicked it, you're fine. Yeah, don't try not to touch anything. We got a lot of weird things here. Calendar Man, how did you manage to find us here?
I made an inadvisable deal with the Time Trapper, but it's fine.
Happens to the best of us. You know, Superman had a similar thing once. It's a funny story. Anyways, come follow me. And the little robot flies away down the hall.
Yeah, I'll follow the robot. Yeah. The Timekeeper's my biggest fan. He even gave me an autograph.
You think we're dealing with demons, aliens, robots? What are the wizards? What are the other ones?
I think this might be a wizard thing. Superman's never been too good with magic.
What is the possibility that it just ran away?
Unlikely.
Sometimes you just get bored. He's still a person, you know? Sometimes you just get bored and want to break.
You know, that's true. He does take breaks. But this is not... We don't think it's that. You see some other robots as you go into this like room. There's some other robots kind of flying around and like not tidying up, but like working on things. One of them is repairing a like little it looks like a ray gun sort of, but it's like about as big as your chest. Like it's huge. It's like mounted on a thing. It's pointed at like a mirror. One of them's repairing one of those. Someone's repairing a giant penny. Just a bunch of stuff going on and getting like repaired and fixed and tinkered with as you walk into this big room.
I mean, like, I'm going to be honest, I'm not perfect. I've ghosted a fair few people in my life. Superman could have done it too.
Could have, but we really don't think he did this time.
Why?
Well, see here. And so the little robot taps on what looks like these crystal pillars, and it brings up a like hologram of what was going on. And you see it's this replay of Superman like in a fight in the Fortress of Solitude. Forgot the name for a second. In the Fortress of Solitude. And then all of a sudden you see Superman just kind of like pop out of existence in this hologram. And it just kind of keeps replaying as it keeps happening.
Can I roll investigation on this like film?
Yeah, of course.
Like specifically, I want to like investigate if it's something like related to my powers, I guess. So I guess Like, you know how I can like see strings and all that.
Yeah.
I want to try doing that.
So you want to use that to examine what's going on here and see if you can see anything like weird with your powers. Is that kind of what I'm...
Yeah.
Okay, I say roll plus investigate, and then
Okay.
we'll do our examine roll or examine move.
Yeah. How do I do that?
So roll 2d exclamation point roll 2d6 plus your investigate, which I think was +1.
That's another 8.
Another 8. All right. Get to ask 1. What happened here recently? What is about to happen? What danger should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or important? Who's really in control here? What here is not what it appears to be?
I feel like what happened here is the obvious question to ask, but I really like the idea of asking who really is in control here.
Who's really in control here? Okay. It's the robots. Like they've got this thing on lock over here. Like Superman, like your strings kind of like show you things, right? And the strings are coming from the normal places, if that makes sense. So like, you know, there are strings coming off of these robots as they're repairing stuff and flying from different places and doing a bunch of stuff. Like that's all who's here. There's strings coming off of you and Calendar Man and Lobo as well, but like they're not like exerting force, if that makes sense.
So nothing was like, so there doesn't appear to be like any cut strings or anything.
There are definitely cut strings, but it's around where Superman left. Like he was ripped from wherever he was. You also don't see who he was fighting. You see he was having a hard time. Like, you know, Superman's been in some scuffles. But this looked a little bit tougher than most. And Superman gets kind of like ripped out of existence, and then that's the loop of this hologram as it plays, and it's kind of playing out where it happened in the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, Narrator's gonna like walk up to where Superman disappeared, like examining like some of the cut strings a bit closely, and just say out loud and go, "Yeah, Superman did a real fucky wucky here. Really fucked up."
Yeah.
Let me see. There's something I wanted to say and I forgot what it was. Oh well, it'll come back to me at some point.
I'm just really hoping my dad didn't vanish Superman.
No, I don't think this is your dad.
When you say that, it's not. I'm trying to describe how this is, but you hear in your head, Calendar Man. You don't know where this voice is coming from. You don't know who this voice is, but you hear. But what if it was?
The hell was that?
That's it. They don't respond. They just say, "But what if it was?" And that's all. Narrator, are you still like walking around looking at the strings and stuff?
Yeah, like Narrator's like walking around and like generally like investigating and like saying, "I generally don't think this is dad. This looks a lot bigger than anyone we probably know."
Calendar Man, what do you see when you're looking at this stuff?
I guess it's like, it probably just looks like almost like webbing that like it probably looks like physical string that's appearing across, that's very thin.
Mm-hmm.
It almost probably looks like nothing really.
Mm-hmm. One of the bots goes, the one that's been talking to you. Yeah, he got into a fight. Someone was here. He was Superman was investigating something. We're not 100% sure what just yet, but Superman was investigating something, and then he got into a fight. We don't even know with who. Somehow they weren't able to not show up on our stuff. Here, look, and one of the things, one of the robot types, and you get to see a replay of you three walking in and down the hallway. Like, we see everyone who comes in here, you know? So I don't know how someone did it, but it's like they weren't here.
What if they didn't come in?
What do you mean?
You said that Superman was investigating things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Superman was investigating something. Not 100% sure what, but he was investigating something.
What if he's investigating something he probably shouldn't have?
He does tend to do that sometimes. You know how League stuff is. There's always something big around the corner. There's always something to look into.
I don't know, like, there is a strong possibility that no one actually came in. Do you keep, like, logs of do you remember who he was fighting? Or is all your memory blank?
We got nothing. Yeah, we didn't see anything. That's the weird thing. We didn't see anything. To us, it looked like, Superman could have been, sparring for all we know, doing that shadow boxing. Anyways, we couldn't see anything.
So that's what I mean. Like, what if he's messing with something he probably shouldn't have?
It's likely, he's always messing with something, Superman. That cow, we always say. We don't say that all that often. Calendar Man, what are you thinking as this is being said?
I think Calendar Man's just like thinking about like his dad's powers and which one of those could like trick like tech, like trick security tech.
Mm-hmm.
What if the person who Superman's fighting both erase themselves and Superman?
You know what? That's an interesting theory. Let me do a quick check. What? It's weird that a robot without a face looks at you inquisitively. But it does. And the robot...
To be fair, Narrator doesn't have a face either with the mask.
Fair. But the robot says, "You can see strings, right?"
I think Calendar Man can too. But probably different strings.
The bot looks at Calendar Man. That true?
Yeah, I guess temporal strings.
The robot's hands, they were like little kind of like 3-finger grabby hands. They're just like very like robotic. They kind of like morph into like not human hands, but they look like humanoid hands, and they put their hands out and says, Can we try something?
Yeah.
What?
I need a sample of your powers in order for us to kind of use them with this hologram tech.
Yep. Narrator like offers his hand, but like shrugs, says, "I'm gonna be honest, you might not find anything."
It's okay. The robot takes the Narrator's hand.
Yeah, he might have a bit more luck with Calendar Man.
Calendar Man, the hand is still offered to you as well.
Yeah, I think Calendar Man takes it.
All right. And you hear somehow inside of you, but outside at the same time, you hear the robot say, "See the strings for me," and like kind of squeezes your hand as if they're trying to comfort you, both of you.
Yeah, they're just going to start investigating the broken strings again.
Sure. Calendar Man.
Yeah, I guess Calendar Man. I suppose Calendar Man's gonna like see like pages of a calendar, like visualize them mentally.
Perfect. As y'all both do that, the um the the like I'm trying to think of how to describe this. Sorry. The hologram becomes like more full, almost more real. And the strings that Narrator saw can be seen by others like Lobo now, and by the robots. Calendar Man, what you were thinking of a calendar pages and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You okay, so what happens is you were given more information in this hologram. You don't see the figure, or you don't see the person who was like fighting Superman, but you do see like there's a figure there. Someone was there for sure, and you see strings coming off of them in this moment in the hologram as it's replaying it. And then you see as Superman pops out and is like ripped, the strings detach from them. At that same time, the person they were fighting, their strings pop off of them and they disappear as well. And in their place, even though they don't physically exist in the hologram, there are two little like sheets of calendar in their place. On them both, they just have the year marked as 1980X.
Huh.
And I think we can leave it there. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I do want to say, like, the powers Calendar Man and Narrator both have like play very well together. It's so cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I did not expect like narration and time to go well together, but they really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw some cool characters. Cool characters. We met some new friends. Narrator has an autograph. Finally, I think Narrator needs to keep like an autograph book.
I'm gonna totally use that autograph I got. It was a fake me being friends with Timekeeper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. For this time. Next time we will continue our adventure next week if everyone's able. And yeah, I always forget how to end these. But thank you, Eclipse and Mom Bun, for hanging out with me and playing Worlds in Peril.
Give Josh money.
Oh, yes, please, always. Eclipse, what do you have to plug?
Okay, so this Friday, Bun and I are going to be starting Divinity Original Sin 2 on our channel. And that'll be every Friday until we finish it, or until we get bored.
We canceled that because he called me smelly.
I never did that. Also, Sundays, I try to do this at 4 p.m. Sometimes it won't be, but I try to do it at 4 p.m. Wherever you are, my Wanderhome series, which is getting not necessarily an upgrade, but there was a bunch of new Wanderhome stuff released that we will be definitely using soon. So keep an eye out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Mom Bun, for playing. Do you have anything to plug?
Not really, honestly. I guess check me out on Eclipse's channel this Friday.
Hell yeah. And I've been Implausibly Josh. This has been Implausibly Average. Tomorrow, Eclipse and I are playing Dragon's Dogma. And that's it. That's all I got to plug. Mondays we get like commentary free videos that go up on YouTube. You can search for us on YouTube at just look up Implausibly Average. You can find us on Twitter at Implausibly A. Find me on Twitter at Implausibly J. That for real does it. Thank you both so much. This is a blast every week. And yeah, we'll see you all next time. Good night, everyone.
Good night.